Morning, range fans. This is Rimfire Dave here. It's Saturday, March 8th. It's very windy and cold outside, so I'm in my shop. And I made a video the other day about how I clean a rimfire. And I got quite a few views on it and a lot of comments. So a lot of them were, oh, why clean one? You don't have to clean a rimfire. You know, and there's a lot of truth to that. And you don't have to clean a rimfire, usually. But then another guy said, I shot 100 rounds out of my 1022 with Ely club. And then at the end, you want to extract the shells. As most of you know, a rimfire case has got a lube on it. That lube is usually made of beeswax, but not always. I'm not sure what some of the companies use, but I know that Ely uses a beeswax. So that wax will build up naturally. The other thing about it, when the powder burns, it will build up a carbon ring. And you hear people talk about the carbon ring. Now, if you only shoot one round, that carbon ring will hardly be noticeable. But let's say you shoot 200 rounds. Is it noticeable then? I believe so. And it builds up and builds up and builds up. And the dangerous part about that carbon ring, say you shoot it 600 times. Now, there's not a lot of space or a room around your case when you put it in there. There's just not a lot of room. But the carbon is very hard. And what happens is, if you get it built up enough, sliding your rimfire ammunition in there could and might put a groove or a mark on your lead, because you know lead is very soft. That's one reason I clean it, is to get rid of the carbon ring. So I do spend a little time on the chamber area to get that carbon ring out. And if you let it build up, guys will call me and say, I got a bad carbon ring in my gun, and how do I get it out? Well, when was the last time you cleaned it? Oh, 800 rounds ago. Well, you're going to have to put some cleaner in there, let it soak, and keep putting a patch in there and turn it until it's gone. That's one reason I clean my rifle, is to keep that carbon ring from building up and potentially doing some damage or marks or marring the rimfire lead prior to shooting it. That's the main reason that I clean the back end. Now, a lot of you, I understand, do not have a bore scope. So let's move on from that. Pursuit of Accuracy, Josh, just made a video less than a week ago. He had a Ruger Precision that wasn't shooting to his expectations. So what he did was he put his bore scope in there and showed everybody the inside of his barrel. And if you was to take a look at that video, you'll see that that's what they call a hammer forged barrel. And I know a lot of you don't know what that means, and I don't want to go into detail, but what it means is they put a button, like a button on your shirt, but it has marks on it, little grooves all the way around it. If it's 6 grooves, or 6 little marks on the first button. Then behind that, there's another button, a little larger, the grooves, and then another one, and another one, and another one. Sometimes you use 5 buttons on there, and they stick it in the barrel, and then of course it's pushed through in little shots. Boom, 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 boom. And each time they stop, it leaves a mark. As you could look at Josh's barrel, you'll see those improvisions. And those improvisions are just little ledges in there. Are they very big? They are not. Are they measurable? I don't know. I don't have no way to measure them, and I'm not going to cut a barrel in half just to measure one for you. But those little imperfections cause imperfections in your round. There's no way to shoot this bullet and then catch the lead so you can look at the imperfections. I don't know how else you could do it, but there's no way. So it would make imperfections in the bullet and affect its flight going down range. So what he did was he scrubbed his barrel, went back to the range and shot it again. His results were, I did see some improvement in my group size. So he didn't say that cleaning the barrel helped. He didn't say that. But he did say that the groups were better, because he was thinking about rebarreling that gun because it didn't shoot well. And remember now, Ruger and most of your gun manufacturers are in the business of selling guns because people just want to shoot. And accuracy is not one of their requirements. As long as it can hit a total pop can, it's good. So, are all those imperfections in all guns? I don't know. I don't look at everybody's gun. I look at mine. I have two different types of bore scopes, so I look at it. I try to put in cleaners and solvents and different pastes that have a grit to them, very, very, very fine, like toothpaste, and try to get them out. See if I can get the gun to shoot better. So, if you have a rifle that's not shooting well, maybe there's a buildup of lead in there caused by an imperfection in the barrel. Or your carbon ring's getting too big. I watched a guy last night on there said, I don't clean mine and they shoot good. And that's another video. Accuracy. What is accurate? To you, it's one thing. To me, it's something else. And to Joe down the street is something else. And that's another video. This video is here to explain to you why I clean my Rimfire. Do I clean it often? I bring it home when I'm done shooting and I clean it. Mainly to keep the carbon ring from building up too big, because once they get up there, they're very difficult to get out. And I don't want to go in details about the carbon ring, and no more than I have. It's when the round fires, the powder burns, and the powder creates the carbon ring. Obviously, because the lead's stuck in the barrel, and where's the fire taking place? Right there in that little chamber area, until it creates enough force to start pushing that lead down. And then the burning place takes in the barrel. And that's why the first couple inches, or the throat as it's called, usually wears smoother sooner than the rest of the barrel. So anyways, for those of you out there want to know why I clean my gun so often, those are the reason, and I hope this helps you. And again, if you have any questions, you could always message me. And now I'd like to do a shout out to Elijah on A Day at the Range, Mr. Revolver Guy. I hope you're getting better. I miss your smiling face and your great humor. So everybody out there, have a great day. I'll see you at the 50-yard line, and may God bless.